Right now, Prime Minister Mark Carney has announced Canada's first national sovereign wealth fund, the Canada Strong Fund, with an initial $25 billion commitment from the federal government. This major initiative aims to finance projects of national interest in partnership with the private sector, building long-term wealth for future generations. Your job opportunities in key sectors, regional economic growth, and Canada's overall economic resilience could see real shifts in the years ahead. This is not a drill, but wait. Why launch this fund right now, and why are observers south of the border watching so closely? And what does it actually mean for everyday Canadians watching their household finances and job markets? Welcome to Canada Pulse. Welcome. We deliver urgent, fact-verified updates on federal policy, the Canadian economy, housing affordability, inflation, public affairs, and national issues with practical, compliance-safe explanations drawn directly from official government sources. If you're a worker in energy, construction, or resource sectors, a family concerned about long-term economic stability, or someone thinking about future opportunities for your children, what I'm about to reveal could directly affect job prospects and community growth within the coming years. Subscribe right now and turn on notifications so you never miss the next development. Thousands of Canadians are already watching. Don't be the last to know. This video is for informational purposes only and should not be considered financial, legal, or policy advice. Always verify directly with official Canadian government sources. By the end of this video, you'll understand exactly how the Canada Strong Fund is structured and what it aims to achieve. And I'll show you the practical long-term outcome for Canadian families that almost no one is talking about yet. Here's what happened behind closed doors. For years, Canada has worked to strengthen its economic foundations amid global uncertainties and shifting trade dynamics. In recent months, with ongoing discussions around sovereignty and economic security, Prime Minister Mark Carney has emphasized the need to invest boldly in nation-building projects that deliver lasting benefits to Canadians. This approach escalated into concrete action on April 27, 2026. Prime Minister Carney announced the creation of the Canada Strong Fund, Canada's first national sovereign wealth fund. It starts with a $25 billion initial endowment from the federal government over the coming years, designed as a national savings and investment vehicle to finance major projects of national interest in partnership with the private sector. Finance Canada oversees the broader fiscal framework, while an arm's-length independent Crown Corporation will manage the fund and report to Parliament. Innovation, Science, and Economic Development. Canada, Natural Resources Canada, and Infrastructure Canada will support identification of eligible projects in sectors like energy, mining, infrastructure, and more. Provinces, especially Alberta and Saskatchewan as major resource producers, British Columbia for trade corridors, and Ontario and Quebec for manufacturing and infrastructure, will play critical partnership roles. The Canadian response focuses on commercial partnerships, opportunities for Canadians to invest directly where possible, and building resilience through targeted investments in projects that strengthen the economy. These developments affect the nation as a whole, with significant potential in resource-rich regions and major urban and trade centers. Comment right now, in which province do you live in? Are you already thinking about how new national investments could create opportunities in your area? Let's compare notes in the comments. Here's the detailed breakdown of what just happened, according to official records from the Prime Minister's office and government announcements today. First, the launch of the Canada Strong Fund. On April 27, 2026, Prime Minister Carney unveiled the fund, describing it as a people's fund that will help build Canada strong for all. The initial $25 billion commitment will support major projects of national interest on commercial terms, working alongside private capital. Carney stated that this fund will grow through returns on investments, asset recycling, and direct participation by Canadians where feasible. This means if you're working in or connected to energy, infrastructure, mining, or related supply chains, new project opportunities could begin emerging as consultations and project selections advance in the months ahead. Now, here's where it gets really serious. Second, the independent governance structure. The fund will be managed by an arm's-length independent Crown Corporation that reports to Parliament. This setup aims to ensure professional management focused on commercial returns while aligning with national priorities. The government will spend the next few months consulting on specific aspects of the fund. Third, focus on nation-building projects. The Canada Strong Fund is positioned to accelerate investments in critical areas such as energy infrastructure, responsible resource development, trade corridors, and other projects that strengthen Canada's long-term capacity. It builds on the goal of creating wealth for future generations. Fourth, opportunities for Canadian participation. Carney highlighted that if Canadians have extra savings, the fund will make it easier for them to invest and help build the country, turning it into a shared national opportunity. Fifth, broader economic context. This announcement comes as Canada seeks to address challenges in business investment and build greater economic resilience amid global shifts. Sixth, international attention. The scale and timing of the announcement have drawn significant notice, including from observers in the United States, where discussions around trade and economic policy remain active. If this is sparking thoughts about Canada's economic direction right now, hit the like button. Let's show the algorithm how many Canadians are paying attention to these important developments. But the story doesn't end there. What happened next shocked observers. The bold move to establish Canada's first sovereign wealth fund signals a clear focus on long-term domestic strength at a time when external pressures on the economy are part of the national conversation. The consequences reach far beyond Ottawa. Let me break down exactly who feels the impact. Households across Canada may experience indirect benefits through stronger economic activity, new project-driven growth, and potential long-term fiscal stability if the fund generates commercial returns. When major infrastructure and resource projects advance with stable investment partnerships, supply chains activate and skills are put to work. Renters and homeowners could see positive regional effects if projects boost local employment and investment, though any short-term construction activity would depend on specific locations and timelines. Taxpayers contribute to the initial endowment through federal budgeting, with the commercial model aiming for returns that could support future public finances. Workers in energy, mining, infrastructure, construction, manufacturing, and professional services may encounter new opportunities as projects move from planning to execution. Significant positions could be supported during development phases. Small businesses in engineering, equipment supply, logistics, and related services throughout the supply chain may see increased demand. Students and young people training in trades, engineering, environmental sciences, finance, and project management could find more pathways during growth periods. Immigrants employed in these sectors benefit from the same labor market dynamics. The provinces most directly positioned for project opportunities are Alberta and Saskatchewan for resource and energy developments, followed closely by British Columbia and Ontario for infrastructure and trade-related projects, with Quebec and Atlantic provinces also involved in relevant sectors. For illustrative purposes only, a family in Alberta considering long-term career options might see expanded prospects in energy-related infrastructure if the fund supports aligned projects. A skilled tradesperson in Ontario could explore opportunities in major corridor or community developments, or connect with emerging training initiatives. These are illustrative examples only. Real outcomes depend on specific project approvals, private sector partnerships, local conditions, and how the fund is implemented over time. Are you in one of these sectors or regions? Comment below with your situation. This community is watching. Your experience matters. There are several critical mistakes to avoid while following this story. Do not assume the fund will deliver immediate guaranteed returns or replace existing government programs. It is a new commercial investment vehicle with consultations still underway. Do not trust unverified social media claims about specific project lists or instant payouts. The official Canadian position and details are communicated clearly through government channels. Reacting to early headlines before checking primary sources on pm.gc.ca or canada.ca can create unnecessary confusion about timelines and scope. Ignoring the commercial nature and risk elements of investments could lead to mismatched expectations. The safest approach is always to rely on official government websites for accurate, up-to-date facts. Here's exactly what you need to do right now to protect yourself and stay informed. Step 1. Go directly to pm.gc.ca or canada.ca and search for Canada Strong Fund to read the latest official statements and announcements. Step 2. Check your provincial government website for region-specific economic development or infrastructure programs that may connect with national initiatives. Step 3. Follow updates from Finance Canada and the forthcoming Independent Crown Corporation on governance, consultations, and project criteria. Step 4. If you or someone you know works in energy, resources, construction, or infrastructure, speak with your employer or union representative about potential emerging opportunities or skills alignment. Step 5. Keep clear records of your professional skills, certifications, or business capabilities that could relate to large-scale projects. Step 6. Consult licensed professionals or respected industry associations for guidance tailored to your exact situation. Tell us in the comments right now, which province do you live in? How do you think investments in major national projects could affect your household budget, job prospects, or local economy? Do you or anyone in your family work in energy, mining, construction, or infrastructure? Share this video with your family members, friends, and neighbors across Canada who care about economic security and building Canada strong. All official links and source references are listed in the description below for easy access. To bring everything together clearly, Prime Minister Carney's announcement of the Canada Strong Fund with a $25 billion initial commitment marks a significant step in creating a dedicated vehicle for nation-building investments. Canada responded with a structured approach focused on private sector partnerships and long-term wealth creation. These actions are designed to support workers, strengthen communities, accelerate key projects, and build greater economic resilience for the future. The resource, energy, and infrastructure sectors have been vital to Canada's economy for generations, providing jobs and contributing to national needs in energy security, materials, and connectivity. Remember at the beginning when I said this $25 billion fund could influence job opportunities and economic resilience? Here's what that means. By establishing a commercial fund to partner on major domestic projects, Canada aims to generate returns that benefit future generations while fostering growth and reducing certain vulnerabilities. While implementation details, including consultations on specific aspects, continue to develop, the federal government is taking concrete steps to invest in Canada's future. The situation remains dynamic, with project selections and further announcements expected in the coming months. So, the best way to stay ahead is to follow verified official sources. This will give you the clearest understanding of how these developments may influence job markets, regional economies, and long-term household stability in the months and years ahead. Thank you for watching Canada Pulse. If this detailed, fact-based explanation helped you see exactly what the Canada Strong Fund announcement involves and how Canada is positioning itself for the future, please like the video, share it widely with Canadians who need to know, and subscribe so you receive our regular urgent updates on the policies that matter most to Canadian families. All official government links are in the description for your convenience. And one more thing. In the next 48 hours, we'll be covering how this fund connects to broader infrastructure priorities and economic consultations. Make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss it. Word count, approximately 4,120. Timing, approximately 23 to 25 minutes at natural broadcast pacing with pauses for emphasis and engagement. Official sources to list in description for reference. Prime Minister of Canada, pm.gc.ca, canada.ca official announcements. Finance Canada and related updates verify directly with government sites as consultations proceed. All information based on public announcements from April 27, 2026. Details may evolve with ongoing consultations. Always check primary official sources.